Hello and welcome back to my channel, Lady T. My name is Nathalie and we are going to continue with Beacon Pines. We have to make some new decisions and the only thing that we can change is here. Okay, here it was. Dragged him back through the door into the lab, into the green light. This is a story about struggle.
This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3. Everything's fine. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Well, we now know who he can be. I finished drawing a massive gem last night. So that will need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So, what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Oh, Rolo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town. I've set the gem down by the front door. Are you not going to respond to what he said? There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tolliver at the Beck and Wag. Another for Miss Fratelli at the diner. She was one of the people that she's scheming with, right? Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed. He said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. There are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Will do. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. There's probably a secret message in there. No problem. Off with you now, while the day is still young. And we are as well. A safe? Hello, it's Juniper Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. She's talking to the dog from Valentine, right? The simple matter is we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. Oh, grandmother. Oh, so cute. Look at us carrying our little basket. Okay, sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rolo, I've got to deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. Oh, is it a whole thing? It sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of. Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. Gotta love him. He is so adorable with his little tail and his little basket. Wait, watch your step. Oh, sorry. There was a whole family of beetles here. They've gone missing. I thought they just sort of wandered around. Everyone has a home, Luca. Even beetles.
Luca checked the soles of his sandals.
I think we're okay. It's weird that they're gone. They went missing when the festival preparations began. You think the noise scared them away? Something like that. Just watch where you step, okay? Will do. Just want to talk to you. Do you think jam would make good bait? I guess it depends on what you're trying to catch. At this point, anything. What they keep mentioning, what Roxy found yesterday's episode, was that it became colder, but it's the start of summer, so maybe that's something that's going on, that they're bringing on a new ice age or something. No, not like that, but maybe that's why the beetles are gone. You can tell those jerks, it doesn't matter how many boxes they pile up, I ain't moving. I mean, I don't know why they're blocking you in, but... You don't want to talk to me? Aw. Anger from the past, mistakes not yet made, and a glimmering hope for the future. He carried them all in equal parts everywhere he went. Oh heavens, what a burden to bear. She's talking. She's reading our story, isn't she? I can't talk to almost anyone. Hey!
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello?
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. No bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me. Yeah, granted some jam I'm supposed to give you.
He leaned in a bit further.
Jam. Yeah, these ones on top. She wrote your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes! The jam! Thank you so much for delivering this jam to me.
He reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves post-haste. Okay, I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of course.
He leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. He's creepy. How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know, somewhere cold. How do they keep somewhere cold? Look, Bert, do you want some ice cream or not? No, I'm good. I'm just going to keep pestering you with questions. Mr. Wilder, I trust you have time to chat?
Eris Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune, had a way of making questions seem like demands.
Certainly. What seems to be the problem?
Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
I couldn't help but notice that the front page of this morning's paper was consumed with stories about this silly festival. Well, yes, that is the news of today. But there was no mention of the museum, nor the foundation through which it was endowed. I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. My readers are more so interested in this town's future rather than any one family in particular. There was a time, Mr. Wilder, when the goings-on of my family was the only thing this town cared about. Well, things change, ma'am. And you know, change is a dangerous... If you finish that thought, I will make that monocle a permanent fixture of your anatomy. My apologies. Good day, Miss Valentine. Did I give you the impression this conversation was over?
Mr. Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Well, good day, Mr. Wilder. They are rude. Just because you're a posh family doesn't mean that you own the town. Hey Dawn. Oh, hey Dawn. Hey Luca, what's up? They got you on jam delivery, eh? Yep. Have you seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Yeah, came in from the big city. Her parents both got jobs here. But get this, one of them is working for William Carr at Perennial Harvest, and the other is working for Eris Valentine. And the Valentines represent Bee Combine's past. Perennial Harvest had positioned itself as this town's future. Must make for some interesting dinner table conversations. I can imagine. Apparently it works out for them. Well, if it isn't my favorite little jam runner. Hey, Mrs. Fratelli. Look at you.
Leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your gran not feeding you? She is, it's just... I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. Aw, that's so cute. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute, running around in your little apron taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart. What happened with Eleanor? I've got a feeling she's out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her son. I wonder what happened to her.
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh yes, let's see
Mrs.
here.
Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Oh, they even have my name on them. How thoughtful.
She carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
You tell your gran hello for me, Luca. Will do. Hey, Maya. If I could just be left alone, young Mr. Van Horn. Oh, sure. Sorry to bother you. It's just that Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. No one does. The truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking? Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. It's more of a duty to my family. For a legacy? That sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it will be great. Aww. That's so kind of you to say. You've grown up way too fast, though. You don't want to talk now? I always want to talk. There is Mr. Creep that is working for the bad guys. Got some jam from you, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, you seem chipper. Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is. So, do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops those off herself. I guess she's busy today. Anyway, this is my last delivery for the day. Oh, in that case...
Nuncreed snatched the basket from Luca.
I'll hold on to the basket until the next time I see your gran. That is rude. Hey you! Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? Okay. The game won't let me run, but what just happened? Welp. Bye, creepy guy. Hey, what a crazy coincidence! Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this, his favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. Oh, and what is your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luca van Horn. Nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, and this is Ilona. Oh, I love their names! I love them. They are so cute, and I love the character design. Oh! We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So you both can stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh darling, we never doubted you. It's just that, for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. Lady. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nelly means is that we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for celebration. Luca, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Whoa, another coincidence. I actually already asked him and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get into too much trouble now. They would have eaten just heated up Chinese food or something if we didn't come. I feel that. Whoa, I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome. I owe you one. My moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is the little cottage next to the big mansion place. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Then they walk... Oh. Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by their big creepy gate. Don't be late. Or I'm back to square one on this whole friend grift. Great, see you there. I will, but I kind of want to see if Rolo is at our treehouse. Or at our mission compact thingy. Oh, he isn't. Okay. No worries. I love how the game just tells you where to go instead of you just having to go back and forth, trying to find your way around. Oh, hi. Good morning, Gov. What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Come on now, it's not all bad. The festival is coming up. The festival. Old Man Valentine used to put on cockamamie shinings all the time. And where did that get us? Well, it's perennial harvest putting on this one and they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, the difference between the old Valentine company and this new perennial harvest outfit
dug through his pockets for a bit.
Is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. You'll understand when you're a grown-up. Well, at least they're trying to throw it. Well, they're both evil, I think. At least we know that the future guys are evil. So, who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy little kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So, just 3 people live in that huge thing? I've had a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring? Pretty much. What a waste. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the fall harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this fall harvest thing. And you all use that same ominous tone. Eventually, you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile and nod. Fun. Great, whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing. Now you have to
Chapter
come up with
4.
a past.
Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates.
Completely
Dinner went
fine
by
with me.
without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
That sounds creepy. So, Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. Over on the other side of the river. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck, manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally we'd have put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in and Beckett mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck! I'm sorry, Luca, this move is all a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So, Beck said that you moved here for work.
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Haha. Ow! I mean, what brought you to Pecan Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground. Yeah, they're doing something.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. You swore you didn't.
Beck slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca. How about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rolo soon.
Luca glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't as useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It really was good. See you at the festival, Beck. Wait up. I'll walk you home. He wants to know more about the mother.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rolo could be prickly around new people. But Beck seemed cool. Rolo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble. Well,
Luca
we have to do
began
both
respond,
anyway.
But the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure we can make it home before the storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. Aww. Luca, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. It's so nice. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. I am your guest.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. You're just curious. Oh wow! Rolo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime. He
Pungent.
flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview condos. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. Poor baby. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Ooh. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you looked cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rolo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? You're so brave for opening up about that. I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little: don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. Luca. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this down. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Ah!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just wanna be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Whoa, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks, I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. I thought you were staying. See you and Rolo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in.
Let me do it instead.
Chapter 5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
It's not often the case. Hey. Hey Dawn, tracking down the lead? You bet! I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance, there were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that Harris had to take on a child as a ward. A kid our age, who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo! So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper showed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals the source, Luca. Okay. Good luck with that. Kind of want to take a look. Oh, I'd better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. The telephone booth is now just... It's not as innocent as it appeared to be. You're still here? He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens! This is no time for fractured friendships. Why? Why is he going to be angry with me? But I want to dilly-dally a bit. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just looking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule? Not exactly, sir. The storm sets us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir, we'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Or harvest awaits. Sheesh. But are they robots or are they actually living things? Ooh, what is that? Old Pickless Pond. Don't know if I've read that yet. Rolo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rolo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rolo scoffed.
The rain helped me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, The storm rolled in out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Beck's house.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kinda cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you. And you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rolo. You know, it's kind of like Romeo and Juliet. While I was waiting, I made some upgrades to Mission Control. It was gonna be a surprise. But you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. But I kept my word. 'Cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your gran doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rolo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your pa's nonsense like it means something. Yeah, well, at least my pa is still around. Oh, dude.
The words hung in the cold night air.
You overstepped a boundary.
Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rolo. I wouldn't have even wished him a good night. Dang it. If Rolo thinks I'm still going to the festival with him, he can shove it. You wanna go to bed?
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
A ball. Rolo. What a jerk. Call me a bad friend. Oh, I'm Rolo. Look at me and my amazing family. Am I supposed to knock something over? Haha, I managed to keep it up 3 times. I'm having fun with my ball. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Luca?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've gotta run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
Poof. I bet Rollo's still gonna go to the festival. It's gonna be miserable. Fuck that ball. Oh, we're not going out? Oh.
Luca dozed off again.
Luca, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rollo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is to just sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it would do you some good. Noted.
Lucas still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
And who wants that? There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. Oh, I have to knock you. Haha, I told you that I would have to knock something. Fair enough.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind. But it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Mudwill. She said you met yesterday? What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table. In case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all, and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame, see? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame.
So it has to do something with cold.
Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face, and all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine? Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rolla thought about doesn't matter.
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about that. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. No, I don't agree with that. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Get some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little later after lunch. Alright. I love you, Luca. Love you too.
Luca took a deep
She's a
breath.
busy old lady. Okay.
Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
There you are. Luca, Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you need not buy it. If you be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find
Luca
him.
looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. He said something about my dead dad. I mean, he went to mission control, right? Unique New York, unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
The sticker pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old gap box. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. Well, break a leg. Give me the gift of a grip... that thing. Don't you want to talk? Guess not. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. The town's still falling apart. The weather's still cruddy, and this season's harvest looks like it's gonna be worse than last year's. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is gonna change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonade at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fits. I'm still gonna be mad at them. I'm just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an ex-cuvier. And it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Maybe that's it. I don't think that's how it works. Welcome to our festival! Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech and the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. You don't want to miss it! I guess I don't.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Jeff, everything alright? Huh? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't ya?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Ha ha ha, every single time. Yep. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. Oh jeez. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Haha. Well, we know that they're kind of robots. Acting like it, at least. A most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always strive to improve. Nope. This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the fall harvest. I had my doubts about Perennial Harvest, but I must admit, they do put on a nice party. Does make them good people. Can't we talk to you? Aw. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about, but I can't help but notice. You still brought your backpack full of books. Look at backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books. I was able to return the Perennial Harvest safety suit you borrowed. Oh. don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? Wait, but Grandma called her. We know that. So they did something together with that hazmat suit? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. Oh. This isn't going to harm Mr. Care, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Oh. So they're together moving against Care. But what does Grandmother have against Care? Hey Luca. So you done at the library? Huh? Oh, nothing.
Griffin looked away suspiciously.
Nothing at all? Ah. Luca, did you know that Beacon Pines is actually unincorporated? A lot of people don't know that. Oh yeah, you didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. We do all the pipelines, the water treatment, building regulations. Ah, that's great. Census taking, emergency services. Luca's like, I don't want to know. I thought it was very informative. Oh, I've got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival is for? The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is trying to win over the town. Like a bribe, but with balloons. Cynical. I like where your head's at. That's what I assumed at first too, until I eavesdropped on a couple of gossipy clipboards. What if I told you that this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honor? A special guest? Who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, BH thinks they're a big deal. Cool. Who is it going to be? The library, somewhere quiet. Hey, Luca.
Kyle's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rollo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Ahem. On planet Farpole, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay, let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. Okay, the fifth issue of the story. Hi Jace. Still working for the newest Hank Atomic? You know it. Some fascinating canon toward the end. Did you know? Hank Atomic's shrink array doesn't technically shrink stuff. It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else. Bingo! That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers please. Oh right, sorry.
There were rarely any actual new. It's simply a...
The comics were up there.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4 from...
I want a different one.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4. Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5 from the show.
Yeah, that's the one we need. Ah, you found
Kyle
it!
removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5. Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Roller cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Well, apparently he traded jail for this purple light bulb. parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rolo. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a
He
grift.
continued flipping.
Only found in grub. Card.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in grub card. Griffin's grub card. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. He's got me running around town a lot and really lengthening this episode. But I'm down for it. It's a cute little game. There we are. That's why you knew. Hey, Griffin. Did Rolo
Before
come?
Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoy. I thought that was supposed to be a riddle or something.
Luca shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Ugh. It's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting there for a while. Rolo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's just...
Luca tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come on.
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the step.
Luca finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
This is getting to be a whole thing. A pickup when you need some pep, near the fountain, up the step. Oh, there. There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rolo owes me one.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. It's time. I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings, that's time. I think. Your final task a friendship brings. Good luck, Luca. Oh. Hey. Hey. Did you find a comic book? Yep. And you got a corn dog? Yeah. Well then. I know it doesn't make up for what I said. But here, you've earned this.
Rolo sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
That's so nice. He went out of his way. Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened, with your mom and all. I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rolo, still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rolo,
Aww.
hugging him as tightly as he could.
Rolo, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down? What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait 1 more day. You know, I have been wanting to get some work done on the MCDC admission control. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. Oh, and I get to carry the balloons with me. Oh. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rollo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. A letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you.
Oh, what are you going to do, Gran?
None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much.
Gran?
We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
What the fuck? I love you too,
Luca
Gran.
folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
We know that she set things into motion, but... What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we'd been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me. Rollo.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
The festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Are they just... What? Huh? What was that? Oh man, we missed the fireworks.
It was not fireworks.
Oh jeez, game. Have some chill.
Possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
A dragon. What is going to happen? An earthquake? Ice? It... What? Witnessed the big freeze for the first time?
Tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill.
What the fuck?
Before they could react, it encased them in ice.
So that's what's going on at the factory then?
2 boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene, in a silent treehouse turned statuary. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time. The end.
Oh, jeez, game.
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it.
Well, you're the writer.
We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
I don't think that's how life works. We're going to do that next episode. Do we have... Okay, that's still the same. Oh, but here we have another one. We now have flight. We have break here. We already had that. But we are going to do that in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you then. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.